board for this particular organization, for CASIS, is critical. I think the board can open up doors within industry, within academia, through associations that will really be able to help us get, one, the message of CASIS out to everybody, what we can offer, the value proposition that we offer, and more importantly, really the science perspective and also the goals of what we're trying to achieve with space station utilization.
I'm an astrophysicist, and I've had a lot of experience doing space research. I've been a space scientist for the last few decades. I started out launching rockets and satellites, payloads, and have built a couple of them. I've done work for NASA as its chief scientist, and I've also had a long management career. I've managed, been the CEO for two universities, University of California at Riverside and then Purdue University. So I bring both scientific and management skills to the CASIS board. The value of CASIS is its mission, which is a better, faster utilization of the space station, and its independence. It will be a great partner for industry, for NASA, for universities, but it can operate independently to promote its mission. I think I bring the skills of being an effective convener of universities and industries, the government, in order to accomplish very big, important things. And in my own mind, I can't think of something that's more important than really making our footsteps in space more firm.
I hold a Ph.D. in space physics from Rice University. I spent the first 10 years of my professional career at Los Alamos National Laboratory using radars, rockets, and satellites on DoD and NASA programs. Then held a progression of academic positions at Stanford, Clemson, Tulsa, more recently the Dean of Engineering at Dartmouth, and now the President of Rollins. I think CASIS is unique in the sense that it's not they're pursuing research for its own sake or as a research organization, but it's there as an enabler. That its purpose is to facilitate the use of the National Laboratory and ISS by a whole family of users, both corporate and private users and researchers, scientists, also for STEM education. So it's a unique organization in the sense that it's there as a facilitator. I'm very excited about joining the CASIS board, and I know I speak for all the other members of the CASIS board of directors that we're looking forward to joining with the CASIS leadership in fulfilling this goal of utilizing the National Laboratory for the betterment of life here on Earth.
I started out as a research technician. After doing that for a couple of years, went off to medical school here at Tufts. Became interested and got advanced training at Harvard in endocrinology because of a long-standing interest in bone metabolism. I went from Harvard then back to Tufts, recruited here to this nutrition center to address the problem of osteoporosis and how we can slow down the bone loss that occurs with aging. There's real possibility that drugs that try to protect bone and muscle can be evaluated on a very accelerated basis in space. It represented an opportunity to try to contribute to something that I think is very, very important. And I felt honored to have been asked to be a part of this.
My professional history includes more than 40 years of biological science in the U.S. I started at Caltech, interested in technology development and immunology. I got involved in the Human Genome Project. I created the first cross-disciplinary department of biology at the University of Washington with Bill Gates' help. And finally, in 2000, I created the Institute for Systems Biology, which has developed these global holistic approaches to studying biological complexity. Temperature variation, vacuum, these are other aspects of the space station that may be useful in designing experiments. I think the major benefit is going to be to carry out experiments that absolutely couldn't be done on Earth to create new and unique opportunities that can be made into companies.
I'm a theoretical physicist by training. The focus of my research was in solid-state physics and atomic physics until about a decade ago when I refocused my research direction towards biological problems. Over my career, I have assumed a number of scientific and administrative leadership roles. I was the founding director of an interdisciplinary biology institute. I was the president of a prestigious theoretical physics think tank. And I've initiated and implemented a number of large, both academic and non-academic initiatives. I am currently, since 2007, I'm the Vice President for Research and the Professor of Physics at Boston University. I've gained experience in both chairing and serving on boards and in making complex decisions that have long-term impact. I believe that my science background and my experience in leading large initiatives, both scientific and administrative, will make a real contribution to this mix.
I'm a biomedical engineer with about 25 years of experience in culturing cells and making tissues in laboratory. Part of this experience was a long space study for NASA, where we cultured cartilage tissue in space, and we're learning about how reduced gravity is affecting its growth and function. Another part of this experience was to build a cell culture system for the International Space Station, and some general experience. I'm running a large lab at Columbia, which is the stem cell and tissue engineering lab. So there is a lot of accumulated experience in biomedical engineering that I believe I'll be able to contribute. And also I believe I can help in setting the goals, because this is one of the things that we need to do early. What are the overall goals and what are the specific objectives that we would like to achieve by running International Space Station as a laboratory?
My professional background is mainly in medicine. That's primarily what I've been doing for many years. I have had a lot of experience in public policy. I think what my professional background brings to the CASIS board is the ability to dovetail together the areas of medicine, technology, work that I've done in the pharmaceutical field, primarily in the global health arena. I worked running the pharmaceutical and technology aspect of the World Health Organization. And that, tied together with my medical background, working in science, technology, medicine, the government, coupled with my work in clinical medicine, bring to the board the opportunity to see where we can take the International Space Station's national lab and use it to apply technologies, maybe developing new devices for people right here on the planet Earth.
The board is there to really reach out to industry, reach out to their associations, to their peers, and spread the word of this great capability that we have on orbit, that it is attainable, it's reachable, they can utilize it, it's open for business, so really getting the word out. And then the other priority is providing true guidance to the organization. One area of guidance that they will provide is where we focus our scientific objectives. So they will determine through their outreach to industry, to associations, they will come back and say, here is what we see key areas in research or key areas in discovery will be. So we call those our portfolio objectives. So the board will look at and help guide our portfolio objectives along with our chief scientist each year. Now that we have our board in place, we have a great management team in place, we have a great pipeline, all kinds of different projects that are coming in. We have our first real flight this year, so it's going to be an exciting year. We're really the organization up and running and moving out.